What's up, you guys? This is AJ coming to you once again from the Thwip side with another episode of Side Notes. It's been a long time since I've done one of these episodes, but I had a lot, the things that I've been picking up accumulate, and I was actually going to do an action figure review today, but when I noticed the stack was pretty large, I decided that I should do a Side Notes first and then do some figure reviews this upcoming week. I hope everybody had a nice day, nice Mother's Day. All the moms, I hope your day was great and everybody just had a good time with their families. So we'll get into it, and first I'll start off with some comics that I've picked up. So the first few comics I picked up were from a local gift shop that I've talked about in previous videos that sell comics, which is awesome because it's the only place in my area that sells comics. But they're all older comics, which is cool. That's fine too. But I picked up a Tick comic. I love the Tick cartoon. The live action has a little bit to be desired. It's okay, but the cartoon is definitely the best. And kind of always wanted to get some Tick comics, and he had one. Now it's got me going. I need more. But yeah, pretty cool. Can't wait to check it out. And then, you know me and my Spawn lately. Spawn Dark Ages, issue 15. Pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about that gift shop is you can tell they've been in the Mylar for a little while. So I'm going to have to get new boards and bags for some of these. It's pretty dirtied up. Curse of the Spawn, issue 9. Now I've been on the hunt. Two of the books I've been on the hunt for the most are Spawn issue 1 and number 9 of regular Spawn. But I did pick up Curse of the Spawn number 9. So that's really cool. Angela cover on that one. And then Spawn 55, you also know, if you watch the channel, how I've decided to go and pick up every Spawn with the regular series, every issue. So I was pretty happy to find one. He doesn't have a lot of Image comics or anything but DC and Marvel. He did say he did have a box he was going to go through that wasn't in the store. He has not done it yet, but there's a few if you really dig. Then I just picked up the Spider-Man 16 because it's a Todd cover, so really love Mcfarland's art, so I said why not. So yeah, pretty cool. So I was happy with my trip to the gift shop this time. Then the rest of the stack are issues from my pull list that have accumulated. I know this book is really hot lately. The Fortnite DC crossover, Batman 0 Point. This one's open. I got to get some bag and board for this because we opened it up so the kids could have the code. But yeah, I actually read this story. It wasn't a bad story. I am not into Fortnite whatsoever. Try to get the glare off, but the story wasn't bad at all. I thought it would be very terrible, but it was okay. And then this just came in. Issue number 2 is 0 Point. Continue the crossover. So I'll read that too, and the kids will open it up for the code. I like the cover on this one, though. The one thing I do like about Fortnite is that their characters look really interesting. Then I just picked up Batman 107. I haven't read this one. I like to read arcs or when I accumulate a few issues before I read. And Batman I just started getting into again. So I didn't really like Tom King's run. I did read it eventually online, but for issues. But I do like James Tiny and Tinny, and I'm terrible with names. So I will be reading. I know he's been writing for a little bit, but I have been going back and picking up some of his issues to read the run. But I like to read in clumps besides one issue at a time as they come out monthly. So that's 108. Miracle Molly. And then I got issue 63 of Spider-Man, which I did read up to 62, I believe, and a lot of people are bagging on the story. I find it enjoyable with the new suit. I thought the first issue when he had the new suit, I thought it was a funny issue, going back to some classic Spidey type humor, but I just thought it was funny. issue 64. I really like this cover for some reason. It's nothing great, but I don't know. And then 65. Then, you know me, also love my Fantastic Four. Talk about it. Issue 30. I am a few issues behind on this. I had the whole new run up to, I think, issue 20. Then got out of the pull list, and then I'm back, so I have to go back and get some. I think issue 21 to 20 and through 29. But here's issue 31. Then I'll read and catch up. And then this one appealed to me because I've always kind of liked Iron Fist. I'm never heavy into him, but I don't know. Playing Mortal Kombat, and I saw this issue pop up on my Midtown Comics where I have my pull list. I said, I'm going to try that. I'm in a martial arts kick, maybe because of Mortal Kombat, and maybe because of the Shang-Chi news, but I've always liked Iron Fist. Never super mega fan. I won't claim to know everything about the character, but I'll know more now because I'll be reading. And I think I'll go back and get issues 1 through 3 on that as well because it's so low in the run. Then issue 5, Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon is the actual run now. Then I love my Guardians of the Galaxy, which I like this cover a lot. I think Groot looks a little weird. I don't like the bush on his head. And then Miles Spider-Man with the Clone Saga. Haven't read any of this Clone Saga yet. I'll check it out. I didn't hate the original Clone Saga like a lot of people did. So I laugh about it because they just keep trying with Clone Sagas and people keep on hating them. But I probably, even if this one isn't that good, I won't hate it as most people probably will say they do. So here we go. Even though it's a 4th printing, I had to pick it up. Department of Truth number 1. I just learned about this comic recently, and it just seems right up my alley, so I had to pick it up and start getting into this series. Another, of course, James Tynion is the author, so that's a bonus for me. I'm looking towards like Image and indie comics more than the big two lately. And I was talking to a friend of mine. He's Daz the Comic Key Chaser. Made a comment on one of his videos that something to the effect that, because he was talking about how the top comics, trending comics seem to be like indies. And I made a comment, maybe it's because there's people like me who, the big two are just getting a little stale, and the indies have fresh alternatives. And like a story like this, like I haven't read it yet, but is right up my alley and seems really interesting. So I got that. And then I picked up the newest issue number 8. So I'm going to go get 2 through 7 so I can get the complete story all the way up. And I'm really excited to get into this once I get all the other issues. And then we have Nocterra Number One, which is another story that seems really cool that I can't wait to get into. And I was going to do that, but I was disappointed because right after Nocterra Number One came out, I added it to my pull list with the thought of, I love this cover too. Tony S. Daniel, I've always liked his art. But, is that him on the cover? I could be wrong. No, I'm right. Tony S. Daniel. So the next issue would have been issue number 2, of course. And I was cool. I'll get issue 2, 1 and 2, and then have 3 and so forth. But I realized when I was going through the stack, I did not get issue number 2. I did get my issue 3. So that's really disappointing. And I have to pay more attention to my pull list because it happened with some more comics in this list. But yeah, so now I gotta get issue 2, and I'll wait because it's only 1 issue before I read it. But I'm excited for it. Then Strange Academy, I have issue 9 and 10. These low runs that I'm just getting into, I'm trying to get all the issues first before I read them. just because to me it makes more sense. But I hear this is fantastic, and just the premise of it is another story right up my alley. And then I just got Invincible, I think it's 133. Yep, number 133. Loved the TV show. Can't wait for season 2. It's already been greenlit for 2 and 3, I believe. But all during the airing of season 1, people that have read the comics raved about the comic as well. So I gotta check that out. I kind of want to collect all those issues, or maybe get some trades or something. But I want to read the story. And here's my other gripe, because my mission is to collect every Spawn. So Spawn was on my pull list. I added it. And they sent me issue 316, which looks fantastic. But going through to get the video ready for this video, I noticed I had 318, and this is the newest. And this is for my... I get my pull list every 2 weeks, but I noticed there's no 317. So what the hell? So I didn't get my Nocterra number 2 or 317. So I'm going to have to contact somebody, because I'm kind of mad about that. So let's get on to the action off. I picked up just today Blood Feud Spawn, the skin variation from MK11. Get a closer look at him. And I was at my mother-in-law's house to celebrate Mother's Day with her. And I love her local GameStop. So I decided to swing by and check it out. And he was there, and I've been looking for him. And the prices are kind of steep, like on eBay and things. So I was really happy to get him and add him to my Spawn collection. I mean, he's the same, it's just a repaint, but still the incredible figure that we got, just painted different for the Mortal Kombat skin. I don't have that skin in the game, unfortunately. I'm trying to find it. One of my sons does, and I'm kind of jealous. But yeah, and this time he comes with the axe, which is cool, because I have the mace version of the regular skin. But yeah, the normal Todd detail. So that's really awesome. Yeah, just a cool addition for my shelf. Doesn't need a review. I already opened them. But yeah, really cool. And staying with Spawn, I picked up the regular version of the Mandarin Spawn, the red and gold version. If you saw the video, I did review the gold label, the blue and white, which I absolutely loved. I'm going to do a comparison video on this rather than a straight review, because surprisingly there are some differences, and I thought that was interesting. And I thought I would love the blue version like way better than the red, even though I never by no means thought this would be a terrible figure. But getting him just in the box, wow, it's going to be hard for me to decide which one I like better. But I am going to do a comparison video on that, just because there are some differences besides the paint, which really surprised me, as I said. But awesome. Can't wait to pop him open. Next up, we have Wen Wu from the upcoming Shang-Chi movie, Marvel Legends, which to me, all the Shang-Chi figures to me look really great in the wave. But the two standouts for me are Shang-Chi and Death Dealer. I happened to be in Target a week or so ago, and they had Shang-Chi and Wen Wu, no Death Dealer. I was going to pick up Shang-Chi. I'm going to go back, but I figured Wen Wu would be a harder figure to get. Hopefully I'm right, and I can get a Shang-Chi next time I go out. But there were no Death Dealers, sadly, but he is definitely on my radar. I just think, like I said, all the figures look fantastic. But to me, Wen Wu and Death Dealer look just really cool and the most interesting, so I want to pick them up first. Yeah, can't wait to review him. And last but not least, we have Mcfarland Toys DC Multiverse Bizarro, a figure I've been excited for. Couldn't wait to get my hands on him. And I finally got a chance to pick him up. Kill it. This looks really awesome. He doesn't look like he's going to disappoint. Yeah, you get the same standard packaging, of course, but looks awesome in the box. And I will be doing a review on him for figure reviews tomorrow. So when I get out of work, I will get started on that after I get out of work and mow the lawn. So tomorrow night. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. That'll do it for this episode of Side Notes. Please drop a comment, tell me what you think of my recent haul pickups, and let me know what you guys have been getting. And while you're at it, please consider subscribing and thwip that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again back here on the Thwip side.